What's up, everyone? Welcome into the Cannonballs podcast. As always, I'm one of your hosts, Dane Cannon. Co-hosting with me today is
your boy, Jake Mother Effing Bowles. Like 1, 2.
Jake's been eating some saltine crackers, ladies and gentlemen. That's why we heard the loud gulp. But anyway, guys.
We're scraping for snacks around here. So
there you go. There you go. Anyway, guys, we got a good one for you today. We're going to be recapping the last week of the regular NFL season. I cannot believe it's already this time. Unfortunately, we did not do a power rankings episode or a Thursday night prediction because there is no Thursday night game. We are exclusively, on Saturday and Sunday. But I think that there might be a possibility that we get an earlier game rematch between the Bengals and the Bills. We will see how that goes. Damar Hamlin is supposedly stable right now. They're running more tests on him, which is good to hear. But that was still one of the scariest sights I've ever seen in a football game. But anyway, guys, if you aren't already, like, comment, subscribe. You know the drill. Follow us on our Instagram at Cannonballs with the Z_podcast. Jake, you have anything to add before we get going?
Yeah, it is. We are recording this Monday night, so if there is, they play the game, the Bengals-Bills game, Tuesday morning or Wednesday, maybe we'll record a power rankings. So bear with us. It might sound a little funky. But, let's get into Week 18. Like you said, I cannot believe the regular season is already over.
I know.
This is hands down the fastest season
Yep.
I can remember. Like, this is insane. But
Agreed.
Let's get into the first matchup.
All right, guys. So we're going to do our best to kind of predict which teams are going to play all of their starters. It kind of seems like almost every team will, just because of how close the number one seed race is in both divisions between, the Bengals, the Bills, and the Chiefs. Currently the Chiefs have the number one seed because the Bengals and the Bills did not finish their game. But we'll see. So the first game, we have the Kansas City Chiefs traveling to Vegas to play the Raiders. I'm expecting Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs to play this game because of the number one seed on the line. So I will say that the Chiefs go into Vegas and beat them. I'm going to go with the Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm going to go Chiefs as well. But the way the Raiders played last week with Stidham and everything, pretty impressive. I think both. Sorry, I was hungry. I think both teams play their starters, at least for a while, I mean, if the Chiefs lose, well, it's all depending on this Bills Bengals game. If the Bills lose that game, it doesn't matter for the Chiefs.
Do you think there's a possibility they push back the playoffs 1 week and then give the Bengals Bills another opportunity to play?
That'd be a good option. Honestly, it's pretty fair. All the playoff teams get a week rest. Might have some really awesome playoff games. I like that option. I don't know if there is a possibility. Honestly, I think. But then I don't know, man. I think that if they try to do it, it's during the week.
Yeah.
And then they make them play both games. Or I think they make them play during the week and then like tomorrow morning. And then I think they make them play like, depending on when their game is. I don't know if it's Saturday or Sunday. I think they make them play like maybe Sunday night or something. Like a late.
Yeah, maybe
late
flex
window.
it.
Yeah, just because, you try to make it fair. It's about to be playoffs, but yeah, but no, I got the Chiefs as well. They've been rolling. They're a good team, and they're going to be playing for that number one seed still. So I'm right there with you.
All right, next game on Saturday, we have the battle of winning in. So we have the Tennessee Titans traveling to Jacksonville, to play the Jaguars. Jags are hot. Titans are not. They are still without Ryan Tannehill. Joshua Dobbs will be starting. Give me the Jags, man. They're on fire right now. This defense is playing really well. This offense is playing lights out. Give me the Jags at home.
Yeah, they're division opponents. Anything could happen, especially if
Henry's back.
Yeah, if Derrick Henry's back, this might be more of an interesting game. I mean, they made the game against Dallas pretty interesting, but it's hard to go against the Jags. They are on fire. I mean, what, 5 in a row, 4 in a row?
I believe 5.
The defense is playing good. Trevor Lawrence is coming into his own, having a breakout year. They're clicking, man. Doug Peterson's got that team kicking, so I'm going to go with the easy out and just go with the Jags as well.
All righty, I like it. All right, next game, we have the Tampa Bay Bucks traveling to Atlanta to play the Falcons. This might actually be a game where we see some starters sat. Bucks are already locked in at the number 4 seed. So do you think they sit their starters?
I think they play for maybe a quarter or a half. Yeah, I mean, they have no reason to play a whole game. Maybe just, I mean, yeah, they don't have no reason to play a whole game. So,
if that's the case, even though the Falcons would be losing out on a potential higher draft pick, give me the Falcons at home, end on a win, especially if the Bucks are like playing second and third strings. So give me the Falcons.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. The Falcons still have a lot of young talent. They're playing for next year, and they just want to see what they got. So, and like I said, the Bucks have no reason to start their starters. So, yeah, I'm gonna go Falcons as well.
All right, next game we have. We'll see if this holds up, but we have the New England Patriots traveling to Buffalo to play the Bills. I'm just going to assume, for the sake of this episode, that everything works out for the Bills. They figured out their schedule with the Bengals, and they do get to play at this time on Sunday. Even though it's a short turnaround, I think that the Bills are the much better team, especially at home. I think that this team is just going to rally around the incident that happened with Damar Hamlin, and they're going to play their hearts out for him. They have a reason to play for. I know that they had a reason to play for to begin with, but this is just more like fuel to the fire, like win for Hamlin. We got to win for our teammate who risked his life for this team. So give me the Bills.
Yeah. With that being said, I think the Patriots, if they win, I think they have a potential chance to make the playoffs.
I think the Patriots, as of right now, are the 7th seed.
Okay. So, both teams are going to be fighting for a lot, like you said. Bills with their player, all that emotional turmoil. And not to mention holding on to the number 1 seed. But Patriots, they're fighting for their playoff lives. But the Patriots suck, and I'm going to Bills.
All right. Next game, we have the Minnesota Vikings, who just got blown out by Green Bay, traveling to Chicago to play the Bears. I think the Vikings get a bounce back. Chicago's kind of in contention for the number 2 overall pick, I believe, as of right now. They could just want to play upset and push the Vikings down further in the seed pool, so they might be the number 3 seed instead of the number 2 seed, depending on how things shake out with the rest of the top seeds. But give me the Vikings. I think that they have a reason to play hard, and they just got blown out. And usually, I don't think they've been blown out twice in a row in the season so far. So give me the Vikings.
Yeah, I'm going to go Vikings as well. They're still fighting for playoff seeds. I think if they win and the 49ers lose somehow, they can go right back up to the number 2. So they're going to play their starters, and especially after getting blown out, obviously there's something wrong with your team. So they're going to try to fix it and get it fixed against the Chicago. So, yeah, I got the Vikings.
All right, this next game is interesting. We have the Houston Texans traveling to Indianapolis to play the Colts. And the reason I say it's interesting is because if the Texans, oh my God, my voice, if the Texans win and the Bears lose, I think the Bears now have the number 1 overall pick. So if you're Houston, do you consider losing this game in hopes that you still have the number 1 overall pick? Or do you say, fuck it, maybe we like Jalen Carter a little bit better than Bryce Young, and they try and win to get the number 2 overall pick?
Well, I don't think it matters because the Bears won't. Because it depends on where the Texans stand in the draft. If they're fine with Davis Mills, then they lose on purpose. They're not letting Bryce Young out of their hands. Because the Bears already have their quarterback of the
future.
The franchise quarterback of the future. Thank you. God, words are hard. But if they're in love with, Jalen Carter, I think the Bears could snag him. I think the Texans could snag him. So, yeah, I mean, I know it's illegal and frowned upon, but I definitely tank if I can.
Yeah. Given that, though, I think Houston wins this game personally, just because.
Who are they playing?
The Colts. I just think the Texans have been playing better. This is all speculation as to how we think it'll shape out. Let's just assume for the fact, though, that they're going to play this game the way that you should play a football game. And I think the Texans actually have a better team.
Yeah, I mean, ESPN agrees with you. 73% are predicting that they win. Jeez, man.
Yeah, I'm going to ride with the Texans.
Excuse me. I mean, that's not necessarily true if that the Bears will overtake the Texans, because the Texans have 2 wins and the Bears have 3. They'll have the same. Number.
But the Texans have a tie. Yeah, so they'd finish 3-13-1. It's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't think the Texans go for Jalen Carter anyways. That's what I would do if I was them, but I don't think they do it. That's a shitty organization, and they usually don't do the smart things. Yeah, I mean, I think the Texans have been playing better also. But, I'm going to go Colts. I'm going to disagree with you.
Colts. All right, there we go. First disagreement. All right, next game, we have the New York Jets on a losing streak, traveling to Miami Dolphins on a losing streak. This one's tough because they're both in pretty shit predicaments with the quarterback position. I mean, Mike White did come back, but he didn't look good. And, the Dolphins are now on Skylar Thompson. It is in Miami. Both teams are losing. Jets are officially out. Dolphins are playing for their playoff lives. They need help because they need the Bills to beat New England, and they need to win. So because they still have an opportunity to make it, I think they have more to play for. So give me the Dolphins.
I'm going to disagree with you again. Okay. Jets pissed that they missed the playoffs. They want to prevent
another team.
They would love nothing more than to break the hearts of the Miami Dolphins and their fans. And if the Dolphins lose, it helps the Steelers make the playoffs.
Oh, there you go.
I'm going Jets, baby.
Jake doesn't want to eat a brick of shit.
Go home.
All right, so Jake's going with the Jets. I'm going with the Dolphins. All right, next game, we have the Carolina Panthers traveling to the Saints. Neither of these teams have anything to play for. It's just a good old division rivalry matchup. Who wants to win? Give me the Panthers, actually. I know that they lost to the Bucks, but I think that the offense was still promising. I liked what I saw from the Panthers. The Saints had a good win against Philadelphia because their defense showed up. So if that same defense shows up against Carolina, it'll be tough on them. But because these teams know each other so well, I just like what I've seen from the Panthers more, even though they did have a bad loss. So give me the Panthers.
Yeah, I don't know. That one's hard. I mean, if the Panthers win, they'll have the same record.
Yeah.
Damn. Ooh. Yeah, I'm gonna go Saints. I just think they're a better team. Barely, but I think they're a better team. I also think Panthers want a better draft pick. They're probably a top 10 draft pick at this point. I don't know. I don't know the draft order, but and all the past trades and shit, and Miami losing their draft pick, all that shit. Yeah, but I think I'm gonna go Saints, man. It's in New Orleans. That's a tough place to play. They're gonna finish it out the season strong, and they had a big win against the Eagles, and that's a way better team than the Panthers. So I'm going Saints.
Alrighty, 3 disagreements in a row. I like it. Next game, we have the Cleveland Browns traveling to Pittsburgh to play the Steelers. Who you taking, Jake?
You already know, baby. Pittsburgh. Mike Tomlin, baby.
I'm riding with you on the Pittsburgh Steelers train.
Mike Tomlin, Pittsburgh Nation. Let's ride.
Let's ride, baby. All right, next game, we have the New York Giants traveling to Philadelphia to play the Eagles. I know who you're going with because of who you want to win.
No, I mean, in all honesty, I don't think they pull out the win. I really want the Giants to win. I really do. I just don't think it happens. I mean, if Jalen Hurts is healthy, they know that if they lose, they're fighting for their number 1 seed. And like we said, the number 1 seed is huge. They're not going to give that up lightly. So I got the Eagles. Hopefully I'm wrong. But I still got the Eagles. They're a better team. Last time they played the Giants, they stomped them on their throat and, didn't stop stomping on their throat until they were a human pulp of football, of blue and red and helmets and pads. But no, I got the Eagles, man. They're not going to give up that first seed. If they do lose, it's at full strength and the Giants smack them in the mouth. And I would love that too. Either way.
I got the Eagles as well, basically for every reason that you're saying. I think even with Gardner Minshew, they still win because I think the defense comes to play. I think the entire team comes to play, like you said, with that number 1 seed. Anyway, next.
With Gardner Minshew, I would have picked the Giants. I would have picked the Giants.
I still think they win, even with Gardner Minshew, but you will see.
They lose. They lose with Gardner Minshew. Facts.
All right. Next game, we have the Dallas Cowboys traveling to Washington to play the Commanders. Give me Dallas. They're still in contention for the number 1 overall seed as well. They need a little help from the Giants and from the Cardinals.
Yeah. Yeah. I think they definitely have the least likely path.
Right.
But I also got the Cowboys. They're a good team. I mean, they're a decent team. They're making the playoffs. They have 12 wins for a reason. Yeah, and like you said, anything could happen. You never know. I mean, the 49ers almost lost to the Raiders. But unlike the Cardinals, that's like an actually good team, I think. But I still got the Cowboys. A lot to play for still.
All righty. Next game, we have my boys, the Chargers, traveling to Denver to play the Broncos. I'm just going to go with my boys. I think they want to keep the number 5 seed. I hope they want to keep it. I just think that they're a better team. So give me the Chargers.
What happens if they lose?
Then they're guaranteed, I think, at least the 6th seed. So they would, depending on who wins in Baltimore's game. Mm-hmm. So Baltimore plays the Bengals. So if Baltimore loses to the Bengals, then the Chargers still have the 5 seed if they lose.
So who would be their 2 opponents? Is it like anybody, or is it really only 2 opponents that they can play?
Wait, what?
Because you said they're either drop to the 5th, or they're at the 5th. You can either stay at the 5th or drop to the 6th. Who would they play if they were the 5th seed?
If they're the 5th seed, they play the winner of the Jags and the Titans. If they're the 5th seed, if they are the 6th seed, then they would probably play the Bengals.
Give me the Chargers. They don't want to see the Bengals right now.
Yeah, I don't think
they want to get at least 1 win under their belt. Give me the Chargers.
All right, next game we have the Rams traveling to Seattle to play the Seahawks. Give me the Seahawks. They're actually in contention for playoffs. They're at home. The Rams just got blown out by the Chargers. The Rams could make this interesting, but give me the Seahawks. I think that they have a lot more to play for, and the stadium will probably be going crazy.
Damn. You know what that means if your prediction's true. You stab a heart in your Lions. Or you stab the heart of the Lions. If the Seahawks lose,
You know what?
it doesn't matter.
I'm much more of a Detroit fan. Fuck the Seahawks as of right now. Sorry, Seattle fans. I picked you guys, but just because I want my prediction to come true, give me the Rams.
Damn, no. Honestly, like I think the Seahawks probably should win. But I'm going with my heart because it's the last picks of the regular season, so I'm also going Rams. Let's go.
Hell yeah, baby. Let's ride. All right, next game. Cardinals traveling to your boys. Who you got?
Oh, not even a freaking close one. I got the 49ers.
Oh.
I got the 49ers by a landslide. Again, all these teams we've been talking about have a lot to play for. The 49ers have a lot to play for. And not even that. I think they want to go undefeated in the NFC West for the first time in like 20-something years. Hasn't been done in a while. And like they just want to get another win. They want to keep the streak going. Like you don't want to lose the last game of the regular season and go into playoffs with that. Like
exactly.
You don't want that. And again, the Cardinals are just depleted.
Yeah,
unfortunately. So
yeah, give me the 49ers as well. Here we go. Sunday night. The Detroit Lions traveling to Lambeau to play the Packers. Both teams are 8-8. Lambeau is going to be going freaking crazy. Last time Detroit stunned Green Bay and won. This is so tough because my head is telling me Green Bay. My heart is telling me Lions.
Yeah, and then I'm right there with you. I really want the Lions to win. I personally don't want Green Bay, and that's still a dangerous team. I mean, like I know they've been, for the lack of a better word, pathetic during the regular season. They got hot for sure. I mean, Aaron Rodgers still isn't himself, I don't think, or at least what we're accustomed to seeing. But it's Lambeau, playoffs on the line.
Like everything is pointing towards Green Bay.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Detroit just because I want to see them make it. In reality, like, I know it probably
don't put money on this.
Yeah, don't put money on this one. But because I want to believe that Detroit can do this. Give me Detroit.
They can, though. That's the thing. Like, they really can. I think they can beat the Packers. Like, it's not out of the question. Before like a couple years ago, yeah. Last year, yeah. This year, I think they can beat the Packers in Lambeau.
I think Campbell is going to fire this team up for this game. He is going to juice them out of their minds.
God damn it. All right, let's go Lions, man.
Hell yeah, baby. Hell yeah. All right, last game of the week. It says game not yet scheduled, which is interesting. We have the Baltimore Ravens traveling to Cincinnati to play the Bengals. I'm not even going to confuse
the Bengals haven't played, right?
Yeah, but it still has the Bills and Patriots set for 10 a.m., which is weird.
To be determined. Oh. Because I guess if... No. Well, I guess if the... Oh, I guess that makes sense. Because I guess if the Bengals were to lose to the Bills, the division could come down to this game, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Damn. And the Bengals could drop all the way to like
the 6th seed.
6th seed? Shit, man.
Or they might jump to the 5th seed. They might surpass the Chargers unless the Chargers win and then the Bengals lose also. It's tough to say.
Bunch of scenarios. Shit. All right. Well, it's hard because, again, we have the Bengals-Bills game still up in the air. But let's talk about this game. If the Ravens have Lamar Jackson, it'd be, interesting.
It'd be more interesting for sure.
I just don't know if they're going to have Lamar.
Even if they have Lamar, he hasn't played for weeks.
Yeah.
He might be a little rusty.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Bengals regardless. I just think that they're a much better team, and they're at home.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to go Bengals as well.
Yeah. All right,
Sounds
guys.
hard,
Well, that's going to do it. This is week 18, final week of the regular season. We will see what happens with the Bengals-Bills game, so stay tuned for that. If we can get something out for you guys, we will let you know on our social media, Cannonballs with a Z _podcast. Like, comment, subscribe. You know the drill. Jake, you have anything to add before we get out of here?
Nope. It was a fun regular season. I hope you guys keep listening to us because we will be here for playoffs. That's when the real fun. Both of our teams are in the playoffs this year, which is awesome. That hasn't happened, I don't think, ever in our lifetimes.
I don't know if it has.
I don't think that's ever happened. So this is pretty historic for me and Dane. We did go to the 49ers-Chargers game. So, it's a fun season. So, yeah, keep listening to us. Playoffs are right around the corner. Anything else, Dane?
Nope, I'm good.
You ready to give the Instagram?
You bet.
All right. Thanks for listening. Good luck to your teams if you're, winner in. Good luck to the 49ers. And as always.
And the Chargers.
Nah. And as always, peace.